First, it was Final Fantasy VII Remake getting an animated series. Well, getting an anime series. Kingdom Hearts is now going to get an anime series for Disney Plus. And now, Final Fantasy IX is getting an animated series for a younger audience. So it's not necessarily a Japanese anime, but it is an animated series. So let's go, guys. Let's talk about it. Hello guys, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that little bell right there so that you can get notifications every time I upload a video. Okay? Enjoy. Hey, what is up guys? This is Andy Matrix. Welcome to Andy Arts TV, where I talk about anime, movies, video games, geek culture, and Japanese culture. Now this video is more on the video games and anime category, well, more like geek culture, because noisepixel.net, a pretty good news source, they say that Final Fantasy IX has is going to be an animated series for a younger audience, and we're gonna get to the age range in a second. So Animation Group Studio, Cyber Group Studio, has announced that they have signed a deal with Square Enix to co-develop and co-produce an animated series adaptation based on Final Fantasy IX. Cyber Group Studios will handle the series production, merchandise distribution, and licensing. So that means that they're going to be able to profit from the merchandise, and of course Square Enix is going to get their cut. Now this is a French studio, okay? This is a French studio, a French animation studio. So that's why it's an animated series, not a Japanese anime. Now it says the CEO of Cyber Group Studios, Pierre Sisman, there's a French, Pierre Sisman, has stated that the group's goal is to begin production of the series either by the end of 2021 or the start of 2022. Okay. Now, here's the age range. It says, but a kid-centric program developed with 18 and 13-year-olds in mind is even more of a head-scratcher. Final Fantasy games are typically rated T for teen, with the occasional M for mature. In particular outings, that it isn't to say that the series has never been for kids, though several children have grown up on Final Fantasy games despite their collective darker undertones and things. So an animated series being made for kids does make some degree of sense, and I think they chose Final Fantasy IX for kids in that age range is because of the way Final Fantasy IX looks. I mean, if you take a look at Final Fantasy IX, it kind of has like a chibi type of art form. If you look at the character designs, it's kind of like it leans a lot towards being like a chibi type of type of designs on the characters. Like they all look short, kind of like a bit dwarfish, and I think that's one of the things that make Final Fantasy IX kind of like cute and adorable. One of the reasons why people like it is because of how the characters look. And I think that's why it's being aimed at ages 8 to 13. I play the game, it's one of my favorites, and it does not get enough attention. So I'm kind of glad that it's getting an animated series, but at the same time, is Final Fantasy IX for kids? I mean, let's take Sedaine grabbing the princess butt. What's her name? Dagger? Princess Garnet, when he grabs her butt when they're going up the airship. Or it does get dark when they talk about death, dealing with death, especially with Vivi. Vivi being kind of like a puppet that was made by man, and then Vivi finding out that that his own people, when he sees other black mages being created in that underground factory, and then when he goes to the black mage village, and he finds out that one day he will stop just like all the other black mages, So the series, the game does get dark. The story does get dark. What about the time when Bahamut blew up, the entire Alexandria kingdom? I mean, I don't know if this is for kids exactly. Maybe The World Ends With You from Square Enix is more acceptable as something that's for kids, but Final Fantasy IX, just like any other Final Fantasy game, like 7, 8, 10, Final Fantasy 13, 15, they all get pretty freaking dark. So now it says down here, part of me wonders if 9 was chosen expressively for its settings. Its more medieval context can potentially aid with the approachability to younger demographics, but regardless, I still find the choice to be perplexing. Yes, me too. Yeah, it is kind of perplexing, but you know, at least they're not targeting at minors. I mean, at the age of 13, I played Final Fantasy 9 when I was in high school, mainly because I didn't have a PlayStation. But I guess one thing is for sure, Final Fantasy 9 doesn't have any like sexual explicit content that could be bad for kids. So I guess it's okay. Maybe throwing a little darkness here and there is alright for kids to see. But overall, I'm kind of happy to see Final Fantasy 9 being an animated series coming either this year or 2022. What is up, everybody? Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can receive new future notifications. Check out the blog at ndrtv.com. Follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave your thoughts or anything you want to say right below this video in the comments below. This is Andy Matrix. Thank you for watching. Godspeed, everybody. Godspeed.